Hello everyone, this is part 9 on how to make a racing game in Scratch, and this is the final video of this entire series. In this video, I will be making some minor changes to the game and add a menu screen, and I will also do a run-through of the game near the end of the video. If you haven't checked out parts 1 through 8 yet, check them out, links are in the description below. Anyways, let's get started. So first off, I want to make some small improvements to my lap timer numbers, because right now they're a bit too large, I think, and a bit too close together. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is the first lap timer, and I'm going to complete one more lap to show 2 lap timers on the right side over there. And okay, so as you can see, they're slightly too close together, I think, and I want to make them slightly smaller than the main timer. So let's fix that. In our individual lap timer sprite, let's look over here, and I am going to play around and change some numbers. So let's see. First off, I want to make the numbers a bit smaller, so I'm going to go to looks and then drag a set size to 80%, and I'm going to put this under the when flag clicked. Okay. And over here in the go to XY, since the size of the numbers are a bit smaller, we have to decrease the spacing between each number. So I'm going to make this times 10. So now there's only 10 pixels of spacing between each number. And I think I'm going to leave the spacing in the Y position the same, because earlier, as I said, the numbers were a bit too close together. But now since they're smaller, they should be further apart vertically. So I think that's fine, and I might want to change this to a smaller number, like 235. That's to account for the spacing. And by the way, it's okay if you're a bit confused on how all of these numbers work, because mostly I'm just playing around with the numbers and testing to see what works. So this might not work perfectly the first time. But anyways, I'm going to also change this to 10, because this number is the same as this number. So okay, so I think I should actually create a variable, since these use the same number, so it might be more clear to just use a variable. So I'm going to go to variables and then create a variable, and I'm going to call this number spacing. Okay, I'm going to actually add a single lap number spacing, I guess. Okay, and then I'm going to click OK. And when the flag is clicked, I'm just going to set single lap number spacing to 10. And that's pretty much the spacing between each digit in the single lap timers. So I'm going to drag this inside of here to replace the 10, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. Alright, and now I think the lap timers should look a bit better. So I'm going to try it out and complete 2 laps. And alright, so I finished 2 of the laps, and as you can see, the single lap timers are smaller than the main timer, and they're properly spaced. So I think that's pretty good. And yeah. So now that I'm done fixing the individual lap timers, I want to add a menu screen, because right now, when I click the green flag, it just starts the game. But I sort of want a title and a start button. So to do that, let's create a new sprite, and I'm just going to create a title. Alright, so I finished my title, and I'm going to go back to the code, and then I am going to move this to the top of the screen. So when the flag is clicked, I'm going to position it somewhere over here. Let's see. I think right here is fine. Okay, so that's 0, 105. And then I'm also going to go to looks and then drag a show. Now that we have our title, I'm going to also create a start button. So I'm going to create a new sprite and then draw a start button. Alright, so I finished my start button, and now I'm going to go back to the code. And I'm going to also drag a when flag clicked, and then show. And I'm going to also move it somewhere over here. So that's around X position. I'm going to change this to 0. And Y position, -99. Alright, and now we have our button. So I'm planning on having the menu show the car and the racetrack like this, with the title and start button, and then hide everything else. But anyways, let's make the button actually work. So first of all, let's go to Control, and then drag